start from the question board because I'm gonna cut this up later. Y'all gonna have to pretend like you didn't see that. So on Twitter this week, it was announced that there's Avatar Seven Havens is being released and coming out. A world shattered by a devastating cataclysm, a young earthbender discovers she's the new avatar after Korra, but in this dangerous era, that title marks her as humanity's destroyer, not its savior. Oh, but it's after Korra, but in this danger era, that title marks her as humanity's destroyer, not its savior. Hunted by both human and spirit enemies, she and her long lost twin must uncover their mysterious origins, save the seven heavens before the civilization's last stronghold collapsed. I read that terribly, by the way. Read it quite terribly, I must say. But I didn't understand what they're saying. She's a new avatar, and because in this that title of being a new avatar marks her as humanity's destroyer, not savior. So again, everybody took the opportunity to read this tweet and decide that this officially means that canonically Korra is the worst avatar to ever exist. Here we have someone who says Korra defenders realizing they'll have to endure another decade of slander. It was a known thing that the Avatar Last Airbender community does not mess with Korra. Now, I have a unique perspective because of this. I grew up, I didn't have cable. I didn't have cable until I was a man, literally a man in college. And when I saw Avatar, I just saw random episodes that was popping on Nick or Nick at Night whenever I was between the sheets or between the sheets, XLs or bed. Take your pick, right? So I my real introduction into Avatar was watching. I'll just say this. I watch all of Korra, and I haven't to this day. I have not seen all of the regular Avatar to this day, but I've seen all of Korra, and I will say this: Korra's not the worst Avatar. She is now, but the hate she gets is unwarranted, right? I feel like it's overblown and it's a little bit of a cool thing to do because although she is the reason humanity got destroyed, her character and the story that they built around Korra was actually very dark, dynamic, and had a lot of dope elements to it. I'm just talking about the show. We're not gonna talk about the character Korra. Korra herself, I'm with y'all niggas. Korra is the worst avatar to ever exist. I don't fuck with her as the avatar. But as the show itself, how the story that it told and how is it constructed and how they went about it, I thought it was a good story. I thought it was a good show. It gets a lot of warranted hate because Korra and the things she did were so fucking bad and heinous. Like honestly, Korra should be marked for some war crimes because my one of my favorite tweets I saw said everybody screamed at Korra not to trust this guy. She trusted him anyways, got fucking played, and then destroyed the world. And it's like I could only defend you to a certain point, girl. Like, and I understand. And the thing that, and the one good point I saw about the Core Defense Academy, the one good thing that I saw was like, y'all don't understand. Although Aang was going up against like, the Fire Lords and shit like that, and he was just a kid, right? Korra was going against like, I don't know how to say heinous individuals because the Fire Lords were heinous, but like she was just dealing with some crazy ass niggas. That's the best way I could put it. Like I think the way that Korra's story was told was just a way darker version than Aang because Aang had a lot of slice of life moments. I've seen some of those episodes. It had a light feel. It had friends and happy go lucky. But Korra's was horrible, bro. These niggas tortured her. They like ripped mercury out of her body. It was crazy shit. But the story was dope. The side characters fun. The brothers. Damn, I can't remember the name. The brothers. Wow, I can't remember the name to save my life right now. Kasame. I remember Kasame's name. Rich old sexy ass. Excuse me. But the Korra show itself was good. Korra the character was bad. So Korra being canonically the worst avatar to ever exist actually doesn't bother me. Because for the most part, I actually kind of agree. She was thugging though. Korra was thugging, but Korra was not smart. And she did not like listening to people. She was a perfectly flawed individual. And she had a lot of struggles because of like her coming of age and the time and how she even got her stuff. Like Aang had to work for his bending, right? So he had a little bit more appreciation. Korra just had like three of them off fucking rip since she was a kid. So she had an egotistical big ass fucking head, and she kind of thought she knew better than most people. Cause I can imagine Korra was basically a Nepto baby, bro. I hate to say it. Korra was basically a Nepto baby. She just grew up having it all. So like when she finally had to face adversity, she didn't know what to do. She had to go through a lot of faults and experiments and mishaps that most people who aren't in such a good position as her have to go through, had to endure. So she was wholly unprepared for the things that happened to her. Whereas Aang was all he knew was war, bro. He was a war baby. So for him, it was more like, yeah, I had to get it out the gutter. I had to go to these different places, learn how to do this bending. So once I got it, I was a complete character. Fool. Korra was never quite a complete character. She was so incomplete to the point that she lost her bending. She had to become one with herself to get the Avatar state back. But now she lost everything previously. It's fucking wild when you think about it. Korra the Avatar, terrible. Korra the show, good as hell. Anybody who says otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. It was a good ass show. It just was. But I don't know. I don't know. That's why I think my outlook on it is so different because I can, you know how to say separate the art from the artist? That's what I'm doing. The art of the show Korra was dope. I love the follow up. I love we got to see everybody older or old Toph. We got to see all our fucking favorite characters one more time. Well, at least who was alive. Tengen was fucking hilarious. The kids were fucking hilarious. There was a lot of good parts of Korra, and I feel like people want to ignore the good parts of Korra because Korra herself was a trash character. But she did what she was supposed to do. She was supposed to be this flawed. She was supposed to fuck up. That's how the story was written. That's why it's like, y'all mad, but like, that story was fire, bro. That shit was hot. Y'all know that shit was hot too. That's what kind of pissed me off about it. Y'all know Korra show was hot. The Korra the Avatar is terrible. I rest my case. I feel like I'm yapping in circles now about it. Let's see what the chat has to say about it. Ooh, chat's going crazy. Look, I agree that she did have some rough moments because she broke the mold of what was expected of her and she may have had some wrong choices, but she owned them, did her best to fix them. She did. She was more worried about relationships getting stronger. Korra wasn't even thugging. Korra was thugging. You can't say that. Korra was absolutely thugging, bro. Are you kidding me? Korra had Black Air Force energy. Anybody could get it anywhere at any time. She was literally ready to throw hands. She literally became a pro bender. Don't say she wasn't thugging. All right, let's not be disingenuous. She was thugging. He had to live in the shadow of an avatar that literally saved the world, and she struggled socially for that. You know what? I like that. I like that. I think that was well said. She came into she took over in a time of peace in the shadow of one of the greatest avatars to ever live. So in her transition, nah, actually, you just gave me a point against her. As like, yeah, you took over in a time of peace after one of the greatest avatars of all time. All you had to do is maintain that peace by not giving in to the temptation or falling for the genjutsu that this motherfucker was putting in front of you. But she fell for it. So I don't know. I don't know. Socially struggling, I can understand. She socially struggled. I don't know if that's enough of a pass in my opinion. I just don't know. When you see what Roku, Yokoshi, and Aang were doing, she just scratched her potential. Okay. Kyoshi here dividing continents and she's throwing big boulders, dead. Roku is fighting a volcano and she's using flamethrowers and using the Avatar elemental bubble and she's spirit bending. When did she thug? She thugged plenty of times. Spirit bending is actually one of the oh my god, you're gonna piss me off. Spirit bending is actually one of the strongest forms of bending, as we can fucking see. You can literally do all kinds of crazy shit with the spirit bending. Stop. Let's not look. We can say we don't like Korra, but we don't have to be disingenuous to the shit that she was doing, saying that shit wasn't crazy, fucking insane, dope. She was doing some thugging shit. Come on, man, stop. How there's a difference between thugging and being a hothead? Come on. All right, all right, all right. You a hater. She was set up to fail, but that's what made her story so good. I don't know if I can agree with that. I can't say with confidence that she was set up to fail. I think there's a lot of moments where her arrogance and unwillingness to play in the gray caused her to make incorrect decisions that led to the ultimate demise of everything that we saw. I feel like there was moments where like, but I also understand she was again, she's playing the chaos. She's very much like Mark from Invincible. She's playing that chaotic good character where it's like, I will do good at all costs, even if that means losing something. And it's like, yeah. You're doing good, but the good that you're causing is causing ripples that you don't intend to cause. So you might think you're doing the right thing, but in you're doing the right thing, you're fucking up a whole lot of other shit. But that was habitually Korra. Every time Korra fixed one problem, she would cause two more problems somehow. But I understand that was exactly what her character was built to do. So I kind of see where you're coming from when you say she's set up to fail. But I feel like she didn't have to fail a couple times. She was written to fail. You think so too? Duggan is walking up to the world leaders who cause problems and bitching them down. She ain't do that once. It's okay, Shadow. Everyone knows she wasn't better than Aang. She was not better than Aang, but like her, but like man. The only time I won't fault her was when the Red Lotus goons were after her. Everything else was on her. Red Lotus goons, yeah, Red Lotus goons was probably a problem. I don't know if there's better than Aang. Nah, I'm pretty sure Aang was the avatar that brought peace, bro. Everybody knows Aang's number one. And I know, but well, before we lost all the avatar states, I know whenever the avatars got together to talk about what they did or like chill, everybody's like, "Oh God, here fucking comes Aang. He's gonna tell you how he saved the world once again." And Aang's like, "Hey, world saver here. What's good, y'all? Hey, what'd you do? Nothing. Oh, you was even an avatar, nigga? I didn't even know they let you in here." And just walk around like he's a big dick on campus. I just smell. I believe it though. I believe it. Now there is no Avatar state. They're like, thank God. Once Avatar state went away, like, thank God we don't have to listen to this nigga Aang no more. And then they faded into dust. Now it's just Korra like, so I fucked up. And I'm gonna have to explain this to every single person who becomes a new Avatar, how I fucked up and how they cannot fuck up. Got it. Remember, she was spoiled. That's even what caused all this. That's what I said. So go back to what I said in the beginning. She's kind of a Nepto baby. By the time she was what, like 3 or 4 years old, they said she could bend three of the four elements easily. Easily. Because they literally, episode one of Korra, they bust into her crib and she's like, I'm the Avatar, bap, 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 and just fucking starts going off. So, like, yeah, she was a little bit of a Nepto baby. I don't want to say it was handed to her, but like, she very much she didn't have it that bad, bro. That's why, like, Foxy said, socially she struggled because she came after Aang and Aang was the best. I'm like, yeah, she did struggle socially because certain situations, they also held her back. They didn't let her go out and help the world. Aang, once he came back, was an active participant in the world. They held her back, and then when she entered the world, she just did nothing but make mistakes. So it's kind of actually not her fault the more I think about it. They should have let her get more of that real life experience, but I can't say that. Fuck the Avatar say, let them rest in peace, dead. She wasn't spiritual at all, which was a big flaw, also true. Aang definitely did all of his he always did his meditations. He was always in nature doing shit. She was very much just like hidden away, bro. Uh, on a side note, it's going to be really fun to see how new Avatar will mend the mess of the choices of Korra. Yes, that is what I'm excited about. I don't father for that, but it messed up a lot. It really did. It really did. So, if you say Korra was written to fail, I actually can just agree with that. I will say though, the ways that they made her fail, oh my god, painful. Absolutely painful. Like hard. It was really hard to watch at times. I would be lying to you if I didn't say there was times I was watching Korra and I saw her doing some shit and I had to pause it and I was like, I know this bitch just didn't get Unalak out. I know she's not listening to this nigga right now while he's talking about, oh yeah, let's mend the spirit world. Bitch, I know you're not about to go to the spirit world with this nigga. Are you stupid or are you dumb? Oh my god, they captured her and they got her chained up. I would try to tell her stupid ass, oh, now you're beefing with that nigga that's the bloodbender or the bloodbender. Oh my god. Why? Why do you have to go bust him? Bro, so many fucking times. There's so many times I was like, bitch, what are you doing? I would literally pause it and just walk around. I'm like, I can't do this. Like, do you know how many times at YBRs we'll be watching something and it starts getting crazy? I'm like, I want to ask for a pause because I can't watch this. But because we're reacting, the just camera got to roll. I think YBR says the same thing sometimes. He's like, if I was watching this on my own, I'd have stopped watching right here, got up, left, and went and did something because I can't fucking handle it. Bro, Korra made me do that so many fucking times. It's unreal. Cringe. Her lowest moment was losing to the earthbending girl, Kuvira. Oh my god. The ass whooping that Kuvira, the humbling that Kuvira gave her ass, bruh. Nah, I'm telling you, fuck Korra, bro. I said all that to say, same thing Foxy said. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do moving forward. with this avatar that has to mend the fences and of the choices of Korra. How, when she taps into the avatar state, what pool of power is she pulling from? It's just gonna be her and Korra's like, hey, and that's gonna be funny and interesting in its own right. Yeah. I'm just excited. But long story short, The Legend of Korra, the show was amazing. Legend of Korra, the character, terrible avatar, canonically the worst as of right now. And I am very easily will agree with that shit. She's the worst. Korra's the fucking worst. Holla if you hear me. But with that being said, comment down below. Did you like The Legend of Korra, the show? Do you like Korra the Avatar? Are you a Korra defender or are you a Korra lover? I need to know. Y'all gonna let me know ASAP if I'm tripping on this or not. Korra the show was dope. Korra the Avatar was terrible. Let me know down below. I'm your man behind the cam. If you got the sauce, share the sauce. Don't forget.
You wanna go? Oh, like, I'm really fucking shaking, bro.